Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Chris Allen with your weather podcast for this November 11th. It's Veterans Day, Armistice Day, and let me just say to all of you that are veterans or who have had veterans in your family that have served, I just appreciate you all so much. It seems in this day and time, that appreciation maybe not as great as it once was, and that's a shame. Sometimes I feel like that respect is lost on this generation, and it's sad to see. And it's, after those who have bravely served and courageously served and unselfishly served us so that we could continue to be a free country and do the things that we want to do. After they've served, they come back, and sometimes they don't get the care that they need and the attention that they deserve or the respect. And let me just say that even though I did not serve in the military, I have just mounds and mounds and mounds of respect for each and every one of you, men and women alike. It doesn't matter what branch of the military. It doesn't matter if you were it doesn't matter how long you served or where you served. It doesn't matter to me. I salute you all. If you could see me right now, hand up to my forehead, saluting you, each and every one of you. Thank you for your service. And I do mean that from the bottom of my heart, because I know that many of the things we take for granted would not be here if it weren't for you and the people that preceded you in volunteering to be there for our country, and for those that continue today that are on the other side of the pond, so to speak. And thank you for your support. Thank you for your love for this country and for all of us. I just thank you very much. On this Veterans Day, we are going to find a warm day ahead of us, ahead of a cold front, a fairly potent cold front that's going to move through late tonight and very early Thursday morning, bringing some gusty showers and thunderstorms. The severe weather threat has gone down even more, and that's good news. I kind of hinted at that yesterday, that if the passing of the front goes later and later into the night, that would mean a less severe weather threat for us. There's still going to be a lot of wind. I think that's going to be the big deal out of this front. Not necessarily severe weather, but wind. Lots of it. This system coming in is going to really stir up some noise in the middle of the night and early tomorrow morning. Kind of like the last one did, when people were waking up in the morning. They're, why aren't you on TV talking about the tornado? It's coming. It's like, it's not a tornado. It's 30 to 40 mile per hour winds. That's all. But it'd been a while since people had heard that in the middle of the night, and they thought the world was ending. But that could happen again tonight, early tomorrow morning. Just giving you a heads up. Maybe you won't even hear a rumble of thunder, but you will hear the wind. I can guarantee that. 62 was our high temperature yesterday at the Bowling Green Airport, a little bit after 3 p.m., and 62 is the average high. So yesterday was pretty much a perfect November day on average. 40 was our low. 39 was our average low temperature. So there again, we were just 1 degree off. So yesterday, from high to low, pretty much a typical November day in southern Kentucky by the numbers. A year ago, we had a high of 67 and a low of 30 back in 2014. No rainfall past 24 hours, holding at 95 hundredths of an inch of rain for the month of September thus far. Today, we're going to squeeze out another warmer day, breezy too. The winds will start to pick up today ahead of our cold front. Increasing clouds, start with high clouds and then go to mid-level clouds, and eventually we cloud over. 71 is the forecast high for today. South winds at 12 and then increasing to 24, maybe up to 30 miles per hour. later on this evening. Then tonight, we're calling for an 80% chance of what we're calling gusty storms, gusty showers and thunderstorms. Now, as I mentioned, there may not be that much lightning and thunder with this. There's not a lot of instability with this system, but there's a lot of dynamics. And by that, I mean there's not a lot of surface heating going on because this is going to come through in the middle of the night. There won't be any sun energy. You know, when we talk about, well, if the sun comes out, then look out. We're going to have some rough storms. But this is arriving later and later into the night. And because of that, that's going to cut down on what we call instability. And that's when the sun heats up the surface of the atmosphere and causes more buoyancy or up and down motion going on in the atmosphere. So we don't have that. But we do have something called dynamics. And that is when a surface front comes in, a cold front like this one, it tends to act, as I mentioned yesterday, like a scoop, you know, like a front loader. Those of you that have one know what I'm talking about. It lifts the parcels of air in place, and then you get the winds. The wind component, as I mentioned earlier, is going to be pretty strong with this system. So that scoop, that front, is going to act as a scoop, lifting that air. You get different wind speeds at different elevations in the atmosphere, and that's going to cause the potential for some possible minor wind damage. Because we're talking about winds in excess of 40 miles per hour. We could even have some 50 mile per hour wind gusts during the overnight and early hours on Thursday. So while we're not going to hear a lot of noise from, say, lightning and thunder, I mean, there could be a few. This is going to be the situation where there's just a lot of wind as the rain comes in. We're going to call for a low of 52 tonight with those gusty showers and thunderstorms. And this is going to be sometime, looks like, after, say, 10 o'clock, 11, midnight, and then to about 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning. That's when you can expect it. So that's why I'm saying this is going to be after a lot of you go to bed into the early hours. Of course, we'll be here watching it. So don't worry about that. We will be here, and we will only break in for those going, is it a tornado? For those of you worried about it, in the middle of the night, we will be here watching it. Just letting you know that right now. But I don't think it's going to be a widespread severe weather event like you're thinking, like, you know, severe thunderstorms and tornadoes and widespread damage. I don't think it's going to be that. This will be a quick hit. But the winds will be rather strong once they come in. West wind at 20 to 40 miles per hour during the overnight hours. Again, the low 52 tonight. Thursday, we clear out pretty quickly. We'll find a few clouds, around sunrise on Thursday morning, and we'll see an early day high around 63. But as that cold front moves east of us, we get a pretty stiff wind out of the west at 18 to, say, 25, 26 miles an hour. And it is going to be a breezy day, but sunshine returns, and then we'll fall from the low 60s down into the upper 30s under a clear sky Thursday night. And then even on Friday, still a bit breezy behind that system, but sunny, a much cooler 56. And we're going to get down now to 28. Yes, you heard me right, 28 for an overnight low Friday night. And that means it would be our first hard freeze of the fall season. 28 is the threshold. That means anything 28 degrees or below, well, everything is not just frosty, but it's a hard freeze, a killing freeze. That one puts a permanent end to the growing season, if it hasn't already, in a few spots. The winds die down by Sunday. We're looking, or Saturday, I should say, sunshine on Saturday with a cool high of 55. 32 Saturday night. Sunday now, sunshine, we warm back to 63. 62 on Monday. Here comes our next system coming in late Monday with a chance of a shower. And then as warmer air comes in on Tuesday of next week, a 50% chance of showers and a high of 65. But again, we're not looking at a big severe weather threat late tonight, but just keep in mind, during the overnight hours, probably after you go to bed, there is going to be a lot of noise from the wind. So if you live in a mobile home or a trailer, or you've got some trash can receptacles outside, trampolines, or any lawn furniture you haven't brought in, you may want to do that today before all that wind moves in tonight, because again, we're talking about winds in excess of 30, maybe even 40, up to 50 miles per hour during the overnight and early Thursday morning. In the meantime, have a great day. Thanks for listening, and God bless, and especially God bless you veterans so much. I'll see you live at 5:30 on AM Kentucky, 11 a.m. on midday, streaming live to the WBKO app and to WBKO.com. And then later today, join me for a very special Veterans Day edition of the Chris Allen Radio Show, Classic Hits, Sam 100.7, from 3 to 7 this afternoon.